We've reached the final reckoning here at the Ryder Cup at the Barnsley Metrodome. Both teams need just 4 more points for victory. We've had back-to-back perfect games, plenty of fighting talk. Now this is it, the final evening, and both teams are just 4 points away from victory. It's been a terrific final session already. Here's what's happened.
Team Europe are determined to revenge their defeat last year. After a disappointing start to the event, they're now looking like strong contenders. However, defending champions Team USA appeared defiant last time as they responded to their losing scoreline. First up, it was the Baker match. Team Europe, who had a 100% record in the Bakers, suffered from an open frame, which gave USA the advantage. The Americans held their nerve and went on to win a much-needed point. Then the singles game saw Bill O'Neill against Stuart Williams, and it was very nearly another perfect game for the Americans. Despite a spare on O'Neill's last throw, there were celebrations all round for Team USA as the scores levelled at 13 apiece. Well, confirmation of the scores so far in the final session. The USA started the session 2 points behind, but after a win in the Baker match and a win for Bill O'Neill, the scores are now level. Still to come this session, we have potentially another 7 matches. It's the first team to 17 points who lifts this season's trophy.
We're ready for our next singles game. Representing Team Europe, the Moose, Mika Koivuniemi. And now representing Team USA, Tommy Jones. We're ready to get underway in our next match. Over to your commentators, Cass Edwards and Andy Bodfish.
Mika Koivuniemi, Europe's skipper, up here against Tommy Jones, and it needs a skipper's performance really from the flying Finn mighty Mika to arrest this mini European slide at the start of the final session at the 888.com Ryder Cup 14. Jones throwing first, not able to strike, leaves the spare, and it's a difficult spare.
Yeah, the 2 and the 10 pin is not the easiest one. This ball's a fraction wide, it only just touches the head pin, and what falls, and the 2 and the 10 haven't. So potential for an open frame, probably a 5-to-1 shot here. He's got to hit that pin way thin on the left-hand side, and how close was that? But unfortunately it is an open frame for Jones to start with.
Yeah, that's one side of the coin, isn't it? The other is it's an open frame. Well, what a start here, and an opportunity straight away for Mika before he's bowled.
I wouldn't mind a lucky strike, or even a good one. Look at that.
Well, that's the strike gobbled up. Quality. Mika hitting the ground running.
We've said before what you need to do when your opponent has an open frame is to bury one in the pocket. Now look at this. There's the Koivuniemi loft. He's got a lot of rotation, nice speed as well. Enters the pocket at the perfect angle, and a clenched fist from Mika Koivuniemi, who means business.
Well, usually so reliable Tommy was offline a little bit in the Baker, and things are not going his way in this singles match.
Did somebody shout snap? Because that is identical to the first frame that he bowled. It's the 2 and the 10 pin. Now he came close to making this last time. He just needs a little tickle with a feather duster to try and bounce it across. Well, gave it the shot, it didn't work, and Tommy Jones has had 2 open frames in a row. And one would suggest that the European captain, Mika Koivuniemi, probably thinks it's his birthday.
Well, those two opens, what odds you've got on that before this singles matchup started? Extraordinary. And immediately Tommy's maximum drops to 257.
Yeah, the thing that I couldn't get over is the fact that it was an identical split. Very difficult to predict or try and do. Not like a strike, which one would think that Mika might want to bury another one here.
Gets it! Mika Koivuniemi, Europe's captain, perfect through two.
Yeah, it gets the partisan crowd quite excited as well. They can see the situation. Well, those number of strikes and spares that Mika's got. Just 2 open frames in the whole tournament. But the crowd are very aware of the difference in the maximum scores. Look at that. 43 pins on paper. Mika is ahead already.
Third time lucky for Tommy Jones. And that will be something of a resetting exercise for him mentally. He and the US needed that one.
And there's a strike maker. Look, 41 strikes. He's got 6 spares, and incredibly 7 open frames, and 2 of those just come in this game. Mika Koivuniemi's had a pretty exceptional bowling year. He's won in Japan, in Qatar, and in Vienna more recently. He's finished 2nd in the World Bowling Masters final. He's on hot form, and it's continuing.
Well, they call him the Moose, but that's a turkey. Mika, super so far, 3 from 3.
Yeah, great looking shot, 3 in a row. And I haven't seen the Moose mascot for the last couple of games. I'm sure it's around somewhere. It's really needed now just to make sure that the European captain can finish this in style. Well, Jones in trouble after 2 open frames. He's managed to pull back 1 strike. Needs more than another one. And there is one. That's 2 in a row. But how wide an angle is he using there? He's way left on the approach. Throwing it hard to the right. Great snap of the wrist. Look how far it gets out. And look how far it comes back. Like a steam train.
It's almost total lane coverage there, isn't it, as the ball travels down those 60 feet.
Yeah, we kind of call that almost coast to coast, left to right and then back again.
Three strikes from Mika, and he gets his 4-bagger. Terrific stuff, really, from Europe's skipper. And there's the Moose. We're wondering where it was. Maybe he's been in hibernation. Not anymore.
Yeah, let's get him out of it. Jones on a damage limitation, damage repair job.
Turkey time. And he's recovered from that shaky start. That's 3 in a row for TJ.
Well, the captain likes the 3 strikes, but it's the 2 open frames in the start that have done the damage and have put Tommy Jones way back in his seat. Still more than 40 pins adrift.
Oh, and he's Brooklyned it. He's left 2, so the perfect sequence comes to an end.
Yeah, this shot was left of target as it hit the lane, and of course, as you say, it's high through the headpin, crossing over. Leaves the 3 and the 10. A small split on the right side of the pin deck. Now it will go. He can slide the ball between these 2, or he can bounce that 3-pin across to the 10.
Makes that spare. Well played, Mika Koivuniemi. 16th of the competition.
Great shot, sorry Andy, great shot under pressure there, yeah, for the European captain. Slides that spare ball right between those 2 pins. Great looking shot.
At possible 300, just sinks to 278. Well, still a wonderful score if he can strike out. But with Tommy Jones lurking You never be too sure of anything.